Welcome to another exclusive review with me, Alex Belfield, here at celebrityradio.biz, where last year we had over 12 million minutes viewed on YouTube. We're now the number one reviewer for theatre in the UK and Las Vegas. This week we've been to see the international global sensation Hamilton at the Victoria Palace Theatre in London. Well, is it worth the hype? Yes, it's one of the most extraordinary pieces of work to ever hit the West End stage. It's located at the newly refurbished and frankly fantastic Victoria Palace Theatre, which cost a fortune. And it's a wonder it didn't bankrupt Cameron Mackintosh. Nevertheless, the two aligned. The theatre was finished, Hamilton opened, and it's been a sellout ever since. But why? It's a good question. Why is this so popular around the world? A sellout on Broadway, tickets unavailable here in the UK, and some of the most expensive tickets in theatre history. It's one of the most polished pieces of art I've ever seen. It's wordy, it's clever, the scenery is basic, but the lighting is extraordinary, the sound is phenomenal, and the cast work their asses off to deliver one of the most polished performances I've ever seen in a theatre ever. Certainly for the West End, this is Broadway standard. This is the benchmark that every other production should be aiming for. This is what we should get for our £200 ticket. I'm not going to be the first person to say that Lin-Manuel Miranda is a genius. I interviewed him over 10 years ago on Broadway, and back then he was just extraordinary. With this piece, he's surpassed all expectations. And it's not one of those things where you go, oh, well, it's just the Emperor's new clothes. In fact, there is a line in this piece about the Emperor's old clothes. In fact, this is worth all of the plaudits that you see everywhere, and the 5-star reviews are genuinely deserved, which is not always the case in the West End. The cast naturally have been hand-picked. They could get anybody they want. This is the number one show in the world, and collectively they give a killer performance. The talent is breathtaking. It brings a tear to your eye to see how dedicated, polished and brilliant these people are. In terms of the show itself, there's one interesting anomaly. When you say, I'm going to see Hamilton, people say, oh, what's it about? Well, it's about history. Well, that's boring, but it's done with rap music and in a very modern style. But interestingly, watching it tonight, it's sort of got an anthemic, epic feel of Les Miserables about it. There's something immersive about it. The dancing has a touch of classical Matthew Bourne choreography, and then sort of cinematic, like the new production of Les Miserables. In fact, there's quite a few similarities, both in costume, lighting, and of course with the revolve. There's sort of something important about this piece, although you don't come out singing any individual song. But all you know as you sit there watching it is that it is extraordinary, it is important, it is delivered as well as it possibly could be, and the audience just love it. Everybody stands now in the West End. A standing ovation is a bit like the queue outside McDonald's. Doesn't mean it's good quality, just means people feel they have to do it. Well, not at this production. It's immersive, it's subtle, it's sublime the way it's staged. And the precision is overwhelming. There isn't a second lost. Even musically, if you got one word wrong, it could throw the whole piece. There wasn't a note out of place tonight. The sound guys deserve an award. Some of the best I've ever heard anywhere in the world. It's so clever, this show, on a million levels. So, of course, it's a 5-star review for Hamilton. Let's talk about the cast. Well, this show is driven by Jamil Westman, who is just remarkable. He's imposing at about 9 foot tall, but his performance is beautifully understated, yet incredibly precise. Alison Ava Brown as Angelica, who is just stunning. What a voice, just breathtaking. As good as you're going to hear anywhere in the West End or on Broadway. Courtney May Briggs is another side of the triangle and again offers a beautiful performance, whilst Taryn Callender's James Madison is equally as brilliant. Rachel Ann Goh has got a voice like no other. George Washington is delivered superbly by the brilliant Dom Hartley Harris. What a voice that guy's got. Saviso Mazibuko's Burr is also hugely impressive. Listen, there isn't a bad performance in this. The two standout performances for me that I just loved tonight was John Pennycook, who is just charming as Thomas Jefferson, and John Robbins as King George, who just sticks it up and has fun with the part, brings light relief to this quite challenging piece. If you're going to see Flying Witches, ABBA songs, or a giraffe, this probably isn't the show for you. It is quite heavy and you've got to listen. Some of the lyrics are just delicious. Congratulations to the entire company. The band are superb, masterfully driven by a sound guy who is just incredible. The lighting, as I say, is divine. Such incredible timing in this piece from beginning to end. And although the backbone of this piece is hip-hop music, you will love it no matter what age you are. I just left my hotel and said to a 70-year-old lady, I'm going to see Hamilton. She said, I've been twice, I love it. People of all ages are being captivated by Lin-Manuel Miranda's work. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Hamilton is a must-see show if you can get a ticket. It's not easy and it's expensive, but they deliver. My God, I've never seen a cast work harder to bring theatre to the masses in such a contemporary way and do it so magnificently polished. Fabulous. Victoria Palace Theatre and on Broadway too, and the tour of Hamilton by Lin-Manuel Miranda. What a star. What a production. A much-deserved standing ovation for this fabulous production. You've been listening to another review by me, Alex Belfield, here at celebrityradio.biz, where last year we had over 12 million minutes viewed on YouTube. You can check out all of our hundreds of interviews and reviews at www.celebrityradio.biz. Ta-da.